Today, in my job. I do a lot of quote unquote deliveries of things. And every time we pass by Benton, it's like, yeah, see that restaurant right there? That's where Sling Blade was filmed right there for the restaurant scene.
I don't get to say this very often, but Mark, mine's a lot bigger than yours, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Big Mark?
Yeah.
Y'all need to get on my hydration level.
Well,
You guys are y'all are probably dehydrated over there.
15 of these today.
Yeah.
So
if you stack them end to end, he still beats you. You know.
2 gallons a day, bro. 2 gallons a day.
Yeah.
You guys are wasting a lot of plastic. Y'all need to start recycling.
He's just trying to be the water champ, you know.
I'm trying to be the water champ.
Yeah, man.
I ain't good at much, but I'm good at drinking that water, that high quality H2O.
Matt's better at guzzling than
Okay.
Ric Flair went, "Oh."
That's hurtful.
Yeah, you guys remember that song that came out, the Ric Flair drip, you know?
Oh, I love the Ric Flair drip.
It was a
I
little
actually,
banger,
being in wrestling and all that stuff, I got to experience Ric Flair and all of his nature boy Ric Flair goodness. Did WrestleMania in 2010, and we were there for like a week, and I didn't wrestle, of course, or anything, but I came out with Triple H for his entrance. And
I'm just happy to be here.
I was just happy to be. I was just happy to be there, and it was actually kind of taxing. It was kind of wild, but we're sitting in this little hotel sort of like bar, like not a fancy bar, but like an open area in the hotel, and we're sitting at this bar, and I'm sitting beside Jerry the King Lawler, and just a name drop, but we're like, there was a bunch of us there. My manager at the time, Burt Prentice, we're all sitting there, and all of a sudden I hear, that's been tough, but
rest in peace, Bert.
Bertie P, man, we all love you and definitely miss you, but a lot of great memories, and this one's one of my favorites. But we're sitting there, and I hear a woo, like a hard woo, and I go, damn, that sounds like Ric Flair. Like, that really sounds like, and I mean, because I know a Ric Flair woo, like, growing up my whole life, I'm hearing these things. So, but I hear another woo, and I look over at Jerry, and I go, Jerry, those woos, like, I think that's Ric Flair. And he's like, shut up, dude. Like, literally everybody's wooing. Like, that's what these wrestling fans do or whatever. So, but I'm starting to feel like I know that woo.
His woo's up to 9,000.
Yeah, I mean, that's a Ric Flair level Nature Boy woo. So then I hear a
No one
woo.
can do it like,
It's getting,
it
was like a scary movie. Like, the woos were getting closer. And I'm like, what is happening? Like, what's about to happen?
Ric Flair Jason. Woo!
Yeah, so woo, and I mean, it's getting loud, and then all of a sudden, bro, he comes busting into the little bar area, shit-faced, hammered. I mean, next level, like, just falling out of his clothes, just getting crazy, doing his little strut, and he jumped up on the bar, like this little bar area with like martinis and beer bottles and shit. He started strutting down the bar, and he was kicking people's shit over, like kicking their drinks off the bar, and just woo. And then they grabbed him and kicked him out, like, so they just moved him right out of there. So 2 days later, we do SmackDown in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is like, that's Ric Flair country. That's like where he's from and where he got like the most fame and stuff. So we walk into the
Darius
little area.
Was there,
What is it?
Darius Rucker was there.
But we walk in. I walk in to SmackDown, and I see like this little meek-looking old man just sitting on this like crate area. He's just sitting on one of the little like boxes that they roll in. Yeah. And I realize it's Ric Flair, and like, he ain't looking too Nature Boy. He's just looking like a little grandpa or something. So I walk over to him, and I'm like, oh, Mr. Flair, I wanted to introduce myself. And we talk for a second. He's real nice. And then, but like, I had this like gnawing feeling on the inside where I wanted to say, hey, I saw you 2 days ago when you got kicked out of that bar acting like a fucking lunatic or whatever, kicking people's shit over. Like, it was next level. And then, just the icing on the cake for me, and this is one of my favorite parts maybe of the story, is we're in catering, and like, our paths cross again, and there's a bathroom in catering. And he passes me on his way to the bathroom. Just a few minutes later, like, I end up kind of going back that direction, and I go into the bathroom, and bro, the worst smelling, horrible, fecal matter of shit I've ever smelled of all time, bro. And it was a Ric Flair Duke. Just stunk out the whole area, bro. So not many people get to say they inhaled a Ric Flair Duke with that Ric Flair drip. That might have been where they got that idea. They said, this Ric Flair Duke is making the fucking paint drip in this room. And that's the Ric Flair drip right there.
Man, the varnish on this Foot Locker is not looking very good.
Yeah, I'm sure Ric Flair would really appreciate that we told that story. But when you have a Ric Flair Nature Boy experience, you got to share that with everybody.
Well, maybe that's the reason why he was like sitting there on those crates feeling bad, because his insides were rotten.
He might have had the bubble guts from 2 days before. Yeah,
he's got the rotten Candyman guts.
I mean, they say that. I don't know how he's still going, dude. Like 4 ex-wives and millions of dollars in alimony and. The first guy at the bar and the last guy to leave, and then the first guy at the gym the next day. I don't know how
he's got to keep up style and profiling, bro.
Well, I mean, those Gator shoes are expensive.
Wasn't there a story?
He can't help it, Mark. He can't help it.
I'm trying to think about the time that they had like a layover story. Well, there's a story about all these wrestlers were coming back from Japan or something.
Right.
You remember this? Like that declassified thing they were talking about where... Like, it was a bunch of the popular wrestlers back in the day, and even had Ric Flair on the flight.
Like when they call it the flight from hell or something?
Yeah, where they had all those wrestlers were getting drunk, and Kurt Angle was going around, acting like a jackass.
Like trying to wrestle folks or something?
Yeah, no, he was going around, nut-shotting and, doing, and he was a prankster on the flight. And then, there was some wrestlers that got drunk, and, Gold Dust was, getting all fucked up. And he was, singing the whole time. Everybody had to tell him to shut up.
Dustin Rhodes, man.
And Ric Flair was on. I was going to tell you, Ric Flair was on there. And apparently he was getting so loaded, he went back to the area where the ladies hang out, the stewardess.
Of course,
and
yeah.
he pulled his dick out, he was completely naked under the robe.
Hey, they don't call him the Nature Boy for nothing, man.
It was they said it was the most awkward instance in their life. And they're everybody was getting trashed on the plane.
I 100% believe that. I mean, it's the wrestling business, a debauchery based sort of business. I mean, if you're not willing to get down and party a little bit,
but yeah, it was they couldn't land. I think because it was too stormy or something.
Just kept them up in the air, getting crazy.
Yeah, until they finally left Japan or Tokyo. I don't know where the hell it was.
I bet there wasn't any little bottles of liquor left on that plane. I can guarantee you that.
There was nary a Jack Daniels bottle left.
Goodness gracious, man! I mean, wrestling is definitely it's sort of a rock star existence. You got to be ready and willing and able to go and get crunked out. I mean, I know myself. I got kicked out of a few bars. I woke up still hammered with alcohol poisoning and carried
You got alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
No, not only just that, but they let you behind the bar.
Yeah, I got to bartend that night.
You were so messed up that they let you bartend.
That's the last memory that I have of the night. Was I went behind the bar and tried to do a Tom Cruise to one of their best customers, and I gave him a beer and he didn't tip me, and I said, "Get the fuck out of here!" I tried to kick him out. And then I woke up the next day and just completely hammered and had taken a piss on the desk in the hotel. So I jumped in the shower, come out, and I try to walk out on the balcony. But, I mean, I'm still, drunk like you would be, the night before. The same level of, boozed up. And I walk out on the balcony.
Went through your liver yet?
There was I don't know if it might have taken a year for it to all pass, but I walk out on the balcony and this lady is yelling at me in a different language, an Indian woman is shouting at me in a different language, and apparently I had busted into the room next to ours and did a flying headbutt on the bed and broke the bed frame. So Bert had to pay
so was this a Chris Benoit headbutt?
It was I mean, I don't know if you could say that, but yeah, it was a flying.
Well, I mean, as long as you're not strangling people.
Yeah, it was a flying trying to kill my family Chris Benoit style.
You can call it a very Wavian headbutt.
And I had 2 massive bruises on my shins where I had shinned the just knocked the holy hell out of the bed frame with my shins and dieseled myself. But went to the hospital in Marion, Illinois, and they pumped me full of stuff and gave me IVs or whatever. And then I wrestled 2 hours later at a baseball stadium, and ended up getting clotheslined so hard that I bit through my tongue and swallowed pieces of tongue and teeth, and cried on the way home. Like literally, like I was on the way home from Carrier Mills. It was a 6-hour drive, and I just like remember crying and eating popsicles and feeling sorry for myself. And I thought, well, this is not like, maybe I need to get out of the business or something, but I just kept doing
You're just
it.
driving, the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme is playing.
I definitely, that was an eye-opening experience where, I started to scale back a little bit after that, and try to not get so belligerent.
Yeah, he told us like right after, like, I'm never drinking again. Then 6 months later, you're like, I'm drinking again.
Like,